All right, financial math classes. Today we're talking about weekly time cards, how to fill them out. And you're going to have to count hours on a clock today, one of the skills, and then we're just going to add up hours, that sort of thing. But why is it important to accurately record your hours at work? So you get paid what you earned. All right, you don't want to shortchange yourself, so you want to make sure you're calculating your hours properly so you get paid the right amount. But also you want to make sure you're calculating properly, because if you put in too many hours, employers don't like that. You may end up getting fired for not doing this correctly. So it's important to know how to fill out a time card. So time cards, it's just a card with dates. Every job has a different time card. It's going to look different, but you're going to put in the time you come in, the time you go out, and then you got to calculate how many hours that is. Honestly, most likely any job you have these days, you're not going to fill out like a actual piece of paper time card. It is going to be done online. So you're going to clock in when you get in and then clock out when you leave. So this sort of thing is probably going to be done on a computer, but it's important to understand what's going on with these calculations and what you're actually doing. So here's an example of a time card. This is for Eddie Irwin, works in the data processing department at the local medical center. He is required to keep a weekly time card. Use the information in figure 1.2. This is figure 1.2 to calculate the number of hours worked for A, each day, B, the week, and then Eddie is paid $17.75 per hour. Was his total pay for the week. So after this, after we fill out the time card, we're going to figure out how much his total pay is. That's going to be the straight time pay that we talked about last week, or rather 2 weeks ago at this point. So anyway, so we look, so 8:15 to 12. All right. That's 45 minutes to get to 9, and then 9 to 12 is 3 hours. So this is 3 hours and 45 minutes. Here's important calculation for hours. 15 minutes is going to be 0.25 of an hour, a quarter of an hour. That's 0.25. 30 minutes is half an hour. That's 0.5. 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. That's going to be 0.75. From 8:15 to 12, that is 3 hours and 45 minutes, so that's 3.75. 12:30 to 4:30 is 4 hours. So you add those together, that's going to be 7.75 hours for Monday. So here, 8:30 to 12:30, that's 4 hours. 1:10 to 5:10 is 4 hours. So 4 plus 4, that's 8 hours total. This one's a little tricky, 8:35 to 12:15. So to get to from 8:35 to 8:50 is going to be 15 minutes. And then 8:50 to 12:50 is 4 hours. So that's 4 hours and 15 minutes. That's 4.25. Then 1:30 to 5. So it's a half hour to get to 2. And then 2 is 3 more hours. So that's 3.5 hours. That's 3.5. And then you add those together, that comes out to 7.75 again. 8:15 to 12:10, making it difficult on us. 8:15 to 12:10, that is 8 hours. And I'm actually going to make this, I'm just going to say, keep it simple for us. I'm just going to say it goes to 12:15. 8:15 to 12:15 is 4 hours. 12:45 to 4, I'm going to round this one again just to make it a little simpler to 4:15. 12:45 to 4:15, that's going to be 3.5 hours. So that's going to be a total of 7.5. All right. So this one, again, we're going to change up the time a little bit. I'm going to just do 8:25 to 1:25 just to make it a little bit easier for us. 8:25 to 1:25, that's going to be 5 hours. So from 8:25 to 12:25 is 4 hours, and then another hour to 1:25. That's 5 hours, and then 1:50 to 5:50. That's another 4 hours. So that's 9 hours. So we add this all up. So 7.75 plus 8 plus 7.75 plus 7.5 plus 9 is equal to 40 hours total. And then to figure out his pay for the week, do 40 times 17.75, his hourly rate. And we're just going to assume he's not making overtime. If you remember, so before I go, his normal rate would be he would make $710. If you remember from what we talked about with overtime, he would actually get paid 1 overtime hour here because that's over 8 hours in a day. But we're just keep it simple for this. We're going to assume no overtime. So next one, why don't you try this one on your own? Pause the video. When you're done, come back and check your answer. I'm going to go through it right now. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to change some of these. I'm going to change this to a 4 o'clock. We're not doing these weird. We won't be doing. I'm going to change this to 4:05. So this, and we're going to change this to 11. Let's see, any others we need to change? We're just going to change this to 7 and this to 11. We're just going to change this to 12 and this to 4. And then we'll change this to 7 and this to 11. And then we'll change this to 12 and this to, we'll do 4 as well. Actually, no, we're going to go 45 here. 3:45. I think that's going to work out. So this is 4 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours. No, I need to change this. I'm going to just do to 11. So it's from 7 to 11. That's 4 hours. 11:55 to 3:55 is 4 hours. So that's 8 hours. So 7 to 11. That's 4 hours again. 12:05 to 4:05 is 4 hours. So that's 8. And then 7 to 11 here, that's 4 hours. 12 to 4 is 4 hours, so that's 8. 7, 11, that's 4 hours. This is going to be 3.75 hours. That's 12 to 3:45 is 3.75 hours. That's 7.75. You add that all up, you get 39.75. And then to find how much he's paid for the week, 39.75 times 750 for that calculator, you get 298.125. We can't have half of a cent, so we're going to round up. So you get paid 298.13. All right, so on the assignment, go ahead and round to the nearest quarter of an hour. So on these, round to 45, 15, 30, 45, or a 0. So you're not dealing with just the individual minutes, so you don't have to worry about that. So on the assignment, if you have something like this, round to the nearest, so it's going to be the nearest quarter hour. If you have any questions, make sure you ask and get that assignment done.